We're here with Stenn, Paranoid Partisan. 2-minute 2/2. You choose a card type other than creature or land. I'm not sure what choosing land would even do anyways, but spells you cast of the chosen type cost one less. So there's probably like artifacts in instance come to mind first. There are some enchantments. Super Friends is probably not there for Planeswalkers. I'm going with instance, so we're sort of doing what Brawl does, but we get to play white on top of that. Brawl is still probably a better commander, wouldn't surprise me. The looting on Brawl is really good. But we get to play a bunch of really cool 4-mana cards that then cost 3 mana, so you can play them the turn after you play this. It is also a wizard, so things like this are really interesting, right? It discounts it essentially twice. Anything with Convoke, this is a creature, so that's a way to sort of discount it twice again, kind of like how Brawl would. Discounting Memory Deluge lets you see less, you see less cards, but it's still just solid. I mean, it's a one card that finds 4 cards over the course of its existence in any given game. Sphinx's Revelation is funny. It's been a while since I played this. It's also actually a white card, so it'd be fun. Emergency Powers is another one that's pretty interesting. I have a fair amount of permanent to put into play, but not too many. I mean, you can put a land in at least. I don't think we want the white medallion, but the blue one does make sense. And the 2 creatures I took out felt a little awkward, and I'm sure there's a way to put them in here, but for now I want to run it like this, so yep, send it. It's good, yeah, I mean, is it though? Why is it good against Ujin? Why do I care about them exiling my commander? At 7 mana, that doesn't really matter. They could just do that. I don't think I care. It's like, let them get the counter, or the exile effect. I just need to counter Ujin. I don't care about losing my 2/2. I can just recast it. Or just simply not cast it, because my opponent has 7 mana. If I'm not keeping up with that, I've lost anyways. Chromium, one of my favorite commanders. It's another game where casting my commander might be worse than simply casting a medallion. So I think I'm going to not cast my commander and just cast the medallion. It does discount my commander. Well, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. Farewell deals with their commander. I'm not sure at the point of the game in which that comes up I should expect this to do anything. But it feels weird to not have access to that. Assuming this game goes some amount of time here. Yeah, we're going to cast this. This also lets me go right into Jace. What is this? Okay, alright, there. No more Jace. No more Jace. We're back on the commander. Okay, my opponent did not take Jace. I am profoundly confused about that. Very confused. Okay, there's no way I would want to do this, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense. I just think dealing with Jace with Thoughtseize is better. But, who knows? Do I shuffle Rift away? I could just plus. I don't think I'm going to ultimate Jace. That doesn't seem realistic. Okay, I found a good card here. Let's get rid of you and you. I can't cast counter spells because of the Teferi, but I mean I didn't have any, so. So, can I overload? 4, 5... No. This has hexproof always? Correct. So I can cast this, kill that, And then I can deal with this in response to it trying to do anything. Okay. Suppose I will as well. Actually, I should let this hit me. No, I shouldn't. I'm going to try to fight. I think this is the best Rift is going to be. Okay. Do I counter the extra turn? Yes, I do, okay. Because I don't have a 1 minute counterspell for a creature. Alright, so I think they're going to start feeling the burn of not thought-seizing Jace at this point in the game. Do we play this Jace? Could be a little reckless. No, I don't think it's that reckless. Both these cards are fine. Let's name Wizard. And play said Wizard? No, I'm gonna actually not play the Wizard. Probably could have, though, honestly. Alright, they did Stone Cold Nothing. This does have Flash and is uncounterable. So we'll see what we find. The top of my deck has not been shuffled. We will play this. Leave up more blue. I guess. Yeah, I could have done that. Just tap the other thing instead, sure. I could have done that. I don't... Yep, I don't want that. We know the top two cards, yeah. There's not much I can do about that. So I just pass. Yeah, alright. So I can target this thing. It's not just, like, completely invincible. I can Tails End the discard trigger, too, which is really funny. Is it indestructible? Can't be blocked? Tragic. Chromium actually casting their commander? Well, I like it. Well, this is a matchup for it, so it makes sense. I cannot block it. They discarded that thing. Kind of crazy, actually. I will not Tails End the Clue token. Yeah. Dismissal can counter Chromium? Could it? Yeah, okay. I can target their Chromium, but then this dies, and that feels really bad. So, I think I'm just gonna Brainstorm. It's so powerful to Brainstorm, I'm just gonna Brainstorm. Alright, I didn't hit anything great. I will now play Brawl. It's uncounterable. I don't even know if my opponent cares about this kind of effect at this point in the game anyways. We have a Graven Lore for 2 mana, which is hilarious. And we're going to dig through time. Whoa! Might have to close my window. It went from really hot to blisteringly stormy. River's Rebuke. Mox Amber is actually fine. I don't really care for Search. Just more mana is totally fine with me. Let's do this. Swords of Plowshares is good. Alright, we're drowning in it. We are literally drowning in it. They have to swing at the big Jace. They do have to do that. Is this just like Esper Dragons? Gain control of target creature as long as you... Okay. So, always doing this. Alright, so they steal probably my... I don't think it matters which one. I can actually... Oh, they can steal Planeswalkers. They can steal Planeswalkers. Alright. Well, I guess everything I tried to do this game is going to wind up being pointless, huh? Okay, well... That's not good. That's not good. Not good at all. So, play this now? No, we play this now. Okay. Esper Sentinel? Probably not. Alright. Don't know if I can beat that ultimate. But we'll try. Man, can you hear that storm? That's crazy. So, probably too many resources to try to cast a luge. I could cast this, cast a luge. Seems unlikely to work. Should probably play this now, even though the top of my deck is pretty bad. Okay. So I really want to play a luge, and I also want to shut down my opponent's top decks, so let's actually plus here. Keep that card on the top. It's just a land. Play this. Get rid of Witch's Enchanter. Witch Enchanter. If it was a wizard, it would actually just resolve. It's kind of funny. I don't know why the outdoors just turned into a war zone outside my house, but I apologize. Alright, so we're going for the old commander. There's no reason not to... I mean, you might as well not cast it now, actually. Yeah, that's fair. Illuge is larger than my opponent's commander. So I think I'm gonna brainstorm, because we need critical mass of spells. Okay, so we swing. If I swing, this is 9. They get a free block here, so I shouldn't... Oh, wait a minute, they're dead. We won this game. Don't target an island. Oh, it's one off. Chad, it's one off. Oh. I thought it was lethal. Oops. Alright. Still fine. Still totally fine. Wait a minute. I don't have to do anything here, right? I do not have to do anything. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. Okay. What do we got? Like, you swinging at Jace, you die. Okay, so now you need a way to not die. Yeah, you need a way to not lose a game, so what are you gonna do? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yes! We beat a Jace Ultimate. We beat our own Jace Ultimate. Wow, that's crazy. Speaking of working out, this does work out if I find more mana. So let's try it. Okay. Yeah, just run this out. If it doesn't get countered, we just have it for the whole game, I think. So a land go thing versus Dragonlord Solomgar is kind of weird. We both don't have great commanders. Never ever want to miss a land drop. So that's something to think about here. Could be Cyclonic Rift as well. Please don't let me miss a land drop. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Oh, God. Gotta be kidding me. Well, it's looking pretty bad right now. I don't know, this might offset that, but it's absolutely atrocious to miss your land drop. It's completely atrocious. I think if we do it again, we just lose. So... if I find Reliquary Tower and amass infinite cards, that'll be interesting. I don't know who's incentivized to make a move first. Probably me, because I'm card capped. Going to discard, sitting at 7 is not great. Well, this doesn't happen too often. I have Farewell in here, what do you mean? I don't think I've settled anymore. Alright, they actually missed a land drop. I will not crack my fetch land. Actually, if I flip the Escanta, that would be a good reason to put a card in the graveyard. I think flipping the Escanta is good. Do they have a land destruction spell? I don't want to lose Jace, though. It'd be hard-pressed to actually get this to do anything, but of all the cards in my hand, it's probably not one to keep. Let's just flip this. So I can cast my commander and not care what happens to it. Makes plenty of sense to me. I don't know who has inevitability. Assuming my opponent has more giant, ridiculous stuff in their deck. Probably them. But we'll see. I don't believe there's much of a reason to even worry about Stenn as a card. Opponent seems to agree. So I didn't bait a counterspell out, which is what I was trying to do. They cracked the Mind Stone, but did not have a land last turn. I mean, they can try to Solemgar my commander too, actually. Alright, they have 9 cards. 8 cards. Thoughtseize. That doesn't matter. It takes Jace and I don't care about the rest of the hand, right? Yeah. That just doesn't matter. It does not matter. I assume it takes Jace, because the rest of the hand is oh, although I do have Treasure Cruise. You don't like to see Treasure Cruise here. Yep. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Okay. That's a weird... That's an incredibly strange card. I don't think I've ever seen that resolved. I have Brainstorm in my deck, so I guess I won't crack the fetch land. Okay, I will now, actually. So, Treasure Cruise, getting a Snowland for Grave, whatever. Okay, I guess I'll swing for 2. They must have a removal spell or something. Do I Treasure Cruise? I can wait. I do have a bad card in my hand, so let's Treasure Cruise. If they have Mana Drain, I'm gonna be kind of upset, but it's not like I'm preventing Mana Drain by not casting this. Also, I should have exiled these two. Should have actually exiled those cards. There is no reasonable Chrome Mox except this card, but I'm not going to do that. They have a Brainstorm of their own. Kind of weird timing. I feel like I would only cast this if I needed something desperately. Maybe the hand is just that bad. Because they're looking Brainstorm locked. Okay, no, they do shuffle away 1 card this way. It's not the best Brainstorm, though. Yeah, it probably has kill spells, I wouldn't doubt it. I highly doubt they're concerned about a 2-2. My search for Escanta is more powerful than my commander. Okay. These two are good. Yeah, we'll take another counter spell. We will do that. Alright, we're going to cast Chrome Mox. I don't care about it. It's getting rid of a card that doesn't do anything. So if they bounce it or whatever, it's like it just discarded, needs to hand size anyways. I don't like the amount of information they have, but it's not like that information is easily avoided. It still exists. This does not reanimate anything currently. Do they find something? No. They have Spell Pierce, Cut Down, Downfall. I don't... They shuffled after the Brainstorm, so they did not know those cards. That's weird. I feel like hitting your land drop is always right. I'm not sure what you're trying to reanimate. I think I would always wait till I have at least something to find. We will reprieve this, because they're not going to recast it. So we'll just reprieve. Oh man, feels good to know what I'm talking about. They didn't recast it, chat. Why would they do that? Oh man, I get to revel in this. Oh yes, this is good. This is more interesting. I want my opponent to rope out to this card instead of attacking. Literally can't stop a 2/2. All is right in the world. I'll counter that. I could cast Graven Lore, but I don't want to go to discard. So I'll just cast Chemist's Insight. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, mulliganing for Dismember, and then it didn't work out? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, we're on the draw again versus Mono Red, so leave it to our 2-mana 2/2 to be completely useless. But we will see. I will not Mox Amber. I will not Mox Amber. Oh, that's not what I expected. Alright. Wow. Alright, we have Negate, but no Mana Drain. I think that's fine. I will not counter that. I probably didn't have to save my commander there. I don't think I did. I don't know, it's probably one of those, the game's over because I have Mana Drain and is in the format for some reason kind of games. They could play Cavern, and then I don't have Mana Drain. This is 3 mana? Does this let me cast? Alright, let's just use our mana. Let's just use it. Feels weird to not, like, spend my mana, so. They get rid of Waltz of Rage. Okay, you got it. That's a Waltz of Rage. Housemeld is very depressing, so I will keep it. And I don't think I'm going to swing this turn for reasons. Yeah, it's not the red-green Atali. Okay. Frozen Grip is... I don't think there's any key to the archive problems. I don't envision any, so I'll let this resolve. I think they needed the mana. That's why they cast it. Opponent's playing Ulamog, and they got rid of it. Okay. Now I will swing. It's kind of the same logic, actually. No, I shouldn't swing. Probably doesn't matter to swing. We have 2 cards in the graveyard, so... Alright. Well, if they're finding a counterspell, they still need to, like, cast their commander. Like, land counterspell wouldn't really feel that great. Okay, I have a second counterspell. Let's, Okay, I don't really think I even care about this, but my opponent does, so... Getting cards in the graveyard at this point is a good idea too. We have these 2. Alright, so we have an ultimate next turn. They did find Counterspell. They actually did find it. 4, 5, 4, 5. Like this? 4, 5, 6, 7. Because it's discounted by our commander. I can get a land, because I don't want to play this. That, and another counterspell. This one's decent, but I don't really feel like I have to draw. No, I don't know, let's just keep the... Let's be sweaty. Let us sweat. I mean, this is the last turn anyways. I mean, I did just cast Dig Through Time and pass with 4 mana, so... It's pretty obvious I have at least 1 counterspell. Sure. No. You get burned by anything more than 3 mana, or 2 mana for removal? Well. Rip. Well, they're on the play. Play versus draw is extremely huge here, but we have Cavern. Not sure my opponent even cares about my commander, but we have Cavern. Do I care about their commander? Not really. Can I keep Wash Away? Sure. Did they cast their commander turn 2? It would be odd if they didn't. Probably odd if they didn't. Is it a blowout if they don't? What is going on here? Whoa! Alright, so... if that's the case... Sure. Ledger Shredder is interesting. Whenever you cast a second spell, copy it. So you can cast a cantrip and copy it in 10 years. They do not have one. Let's name Wizard. And just pass. Shoot. Yep. The value from their commander is... I gotta deal with this Ledger Shredder. It's the main thing. I'll actually even trade with their commander. They do not trade, alright. Does my opponent counter this card? Alright, I would have been a little surprised to see that. They chose not to. Wise beyond their years. And... still offering trades. I'm losing the damage race, though. Okay, maybe that's not a good idea. Let's get rid of... land? Yeah. Alright, well, I'm definitely really ahead if they miss land drops, but they do have a very concerning card in play. Alright, that helps. I don't like my situation too much here. Alright. Well, alright. What do you got? You've been doing nothing the whole game. Whoa! Alright, so now I'm scared. Now I am frightened. What just happened? Okay. Opponent is actually running Hall of the Storm Giants. It's a little weird to me. This deck doesn't seem like it would like this at all here. I also don't think I would keep this. I'm not keeping this one minute 1/1. Okay, they do keep it. I don't think I'm ever keeping that card, so that's interesting. Alright, they're still trying to do a damage race, and they are probably right to do so. Let's just cast this. I don't care if it gets countered, and they did not counter it. I'm almost surprised how little they've tried to even attempt to interact with me. I'm gonna force you to do something. What is happening? Agent is good against control? I guess. I mean, good luck with that, but sure. I kind of disagree completely. It's like Thief of Sanity. It's good if you can't deal with it and it's left alone the entire game. Sure. Alright, yeah. They seem to be super interested in the agent instead of their own commander, because they had memory lapse in hand and didn't defend their commander. So I guess agent they deemed better than anything else, which I don't understand. Also, this doesn't really work with counterspells, because you can't suspend counterspells and then proceed to use the counterspell for anything useful. So, very strange line here, and none of it worked in my opponent's favor. Cool. Yeah, he was also missing land drops. The agent isn't going to do anything anyways, even if it did resolve. It's so much mana to commit to that when you're already missing land drops. Like I wouldn't keep it. I would not keep that. I would not keep that. Like even if it stole like counterspells, you have to pay 2 to steal them, and then you have to pay 2 or 3 to cast them. Like that's not free. That's not free at all. When you're ahead, I guess, it's like a second card in play, that's good, but no, I'm not. They could have had that starting turn 1, and probably still would have, like, lost, so. Alright, we're actually on the play for once. I almost forgot that was possible. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's with a mana drain, so maybe we don't get to, like, play an actual game here. Oh, no, maybe they got the best green stuff. Come back into the game. They do. They have the best green stuff. Alright. They have the best stuff in the game. I'd say it's a healthy mix. It's not just playing against control or anything like that. Probably control is the least I've played against. It's the least common thing I see. It can steal lands. I guess that is true. I forgot it could do that. They can steal lands. Kind of a weird way to go about getting the lands, though, but it does work. Alright, so they have Cavern. Not sure why they had to think about it for so long, but my opponents are my opponents, after all. Now what? Get rid of Partition. I would want another blue here, though, but I don't want to get rid of anything else. This might actually... Yeah, alright. Oh, I can't blow it up. I was going to say I might want to blow this up, but I cannot. Let's get rid of Discover. No, that's stupid. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay. Okay, so if I get a good mana drain here, what does that look like? I'm not sure. I always mix these two up. Alright, well, now we just have to deal with their commander, but we do have this thing. So I kind of don't straight up lose to it, but I still kind of lose to it. We'll see. Do you get the mana for mana drain if it fails to counter? It's just, how do I not know this by heart already? Okay. So we do get the mana. I guess I'll just cast anything they put on the stack, though. Makes it easier. I don't think about anything. You had the mana? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Well. Okay. Why didn't they cast the uncounterable 5-mana 6/6? What are you doing? We will keep a land. What are you doing? We will pay for that. Alright, so we have stuff in hand. Yep, still the same kind of logic happening here. Well, there's no way you don't cast it now, right? I can double up on these to kill it, but that feels weird. I don't think killing their commander is honestly useful in any way, so... When does it happen? Your first main phase, okay. Okay, let's remove its text box. So it doesn't draw cards, and probably not care about the rest of what it can do, but we'll see. This is just 2-mana draw too, most of the time anyways. I mean, discounting it with Ristic Study feels good, right? Okay, so I can block and bounce my commander, but that leaves me vulnerable to the rest of their stuff. So let's see if I can't kill their commander at the end of this turn. Llanowar Elves, okay. Yeah, we're gonna... No, actually killing it now is kind of bad. Okay, House Meld is extremely good. It has to work, though. Can it work? I'm not gonna pay 1 for Ristic Study. So it's finally going to draw a card here. I can actually remand Wash Away. They can't recast it. Oh, get wrecked. Yes. Yes. Fortnite in Magic, so chess is yeah, that's true. But the Fortnite is isolated, right? It's just like a thing just sitting there in isolation. Chess is like Tessa is talking about chess in the card. Bro, what is with this Leyline X? I'm so not about this card. I bet you they kept it because of this too. Like, I just like, this is not what Codus is about. I'm so not about that. All right, did we lose the Stifle? Nope. Another land is interesting, although it's also not that interesting. I can also play my commander and not lose the game when it dies, right? Actually, with my hand, it's kind of not doing anything. So, they need to... I should have named Planeswalker, maybe. That would have been... No, that's too telling. I think that's too telling. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not telling. They could think I'm some kind of weird Super Friends thing, and that wasn't telling at all. But this is a Mana Rock turn. I don't know if they can ever not play a Mana Rock here. So it's like lining up for Cavern next turn. Or they're in a bit of a bind. Oh, look. I love it when I know what I'm talking about. So, killing this is interesting. I think I will, actually. It's not like I can kill Kodos, so... Our world is canon in Forgotten Realms? There is no reasonable way to fight over this. And I can't say I would if it was free, so... Could I keep it in the graveyard? I could have kept it in the graveyard, actually. Yeah, I could have done that. So I just cast this, then? Yep, that's fine. Just preordain. I'm almost surprised to see them counter this. I actually kind of like this. No. I mean, I like it, but I don't have the mana. Yeah, we could have cast Jace. I guess? Yeah. It wouldn't be the worst thing to do. Wouldn't be the worst thing to do. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can't really cast that. I can cast nothing and just pass. I feel like that's actually possible here, so I will do it. Should have kept my commander in the graveyard, though, for Treasure Cruise. Alright, so their commander's on top. I can play my commander. And I will. That way, if it does die, I can do stuff. Lapse plus Jace. Oh, yeah, I guess that would have been funny, huh? Oh shoot. Oh, that would have been great. Okay, well, they gave me the Jace, but then I don't have anything else. Oh, stop having answers. Protection spells and infinite everythings, please. That'd be great. Alright, that actually just worked. I am beyond myself that that just worked. I can't believe that. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot believe that just worked. Swiftfoot boots, sure. Let us probably brainstorm. Yeah, brainstorm always feels bad for every opponent ever. Let's get rid of these two. No, that's dumb. Let's get rid of these two. Play that. I know there's a land on top, and I wouldn't hate a land, so I guess I just pass. Alright, Cavernous Souls is really the only thing at this point, in my opinion. And it doesn't beat Reprieve, so I'm not really sure. Okay. Oh, this costs 2 now, chat. It didn't before. It costs 2 now. That is a really weird card, but sure. I will counter literally anything. And I will also draw a land. As in multiple lands. I think I will cast Discover here. Beautiful. Alright. We have Reliquary Tower, that's why we don't have to discard. So it actually did come up. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised they tried to stick in that long, but... Okay, so at first, I think this was really bad, which surprised me, because I think it's... Or at least going in, I was assuming it was like Brawl, where, you know, you just play a 2-mana discounter and then win the game if you untap. But at least the first chunk of white cards I had in here didn't really do that much. They felt really out of the way, and like, should I just be mono blue or something? The looting on Brawl is actually really good, and you will notice not having it if you normally play Brawl, and then I'm, say play this. But there are some white cards that are good. I'm sure there's even more than this, but it's hard to make room for all of that, while also... The main issue was things were slipping through and I wasn't dealing with them, right? So I needed a massive wall of counter spells. And once I put that in here, the deck, I would say, got better. By quite a bit, actually. I lost a lot of games in the first half, but then the second half, I did way better. Resolving creatures would have been a problem, so like Urza, even Cloud Key, and the Jin, all the discounting 3-drops. You can play them, but one of the main issues is I'm not leaving up counter magic, right? Also, if this dies, it's not the end of the world. You just go on to be something very similar to Teferi, Hero of Dominaria kind of deck, assuming, it's in your command zone, with probably way less board wipes, so not exactly like that. But you can play without your commander, which is a good thing. It's actually a really good thing. Blue-white control in general probably just does that. You could honestly replace this with Ojutai, the 5/4 hexproof dragon thing, and be happy. You can't replace it with Teferi unless you want to play in the top bracket, but some people want to do that. That's probably just different anyways, but I liked what this was doing once it felt good. It did take a while to feel good, but it did also take a while to build it, right? It was another commander that took like 50 minutes or something to have a deck put together that I felt good about before I even played my first game. And normally it takes about like 30 minutes when I hit the stream button, but the past few days it's been longer than that. So I like the idea of having a commander make me think about what I want in it. For the discount in the command zone style thing in not simply playing Urza, where you have the ability to play like some interesting stuff that's all... I think Urza's actually sorceries as well, right? It's not just instants. Hardly that different. Oh, it's artifacts. Okay, so not that different, but and then it has the added benefit of sometimes flipping into the Planeswalker version, which it's very scary, right? So you could probably just play that instead of this. And I haven't played Urza in a while. I don't even know if I played it with the Mightstone and Meekstone in the deck. I'm not even sure I did that. With certain cards like Inventor's Fair, it's probably just free to at least put that in there. So yeah, it just feels like it's a weird place between Brawl and Urza, where it doesn't know where it wants to be and whatnot. And it's still better, in my opinion, than a lot of the... Well, let's click it out. Click that. A lot of the blue-white control commanders that you just put into your command zone and just play a blue-white control deck without being pitted against things of, expected equal caliber, because your commander is so weak that you're you're up against slightly weaker things, assuming your MMR isn't all that matters in that aspect. So with those commanders in consideration, I think it's better than like the random ones or the complete random ones. This one isn't totally random. I think this one actually has text on it that's relevant, but some of them don't, right? Like this one. You could just play this and be a blue-white control deck and play against whatever this normally is. This one's a bit weird. This. Yeah, just basically all of them. This. Actually, not this one. This one's stuck in the top bracket for some stupid reason. But, yeah, so you could do that. But, oh, shoot, now I have to find my commander. Uh-oh. There you are. For its ability, there was one game, right? It was the Ojutai? No, the Solemgar, Dragonlord Solemgar. The 3 mana ability actually mattered, where I could dodge removal. And this is just kind of a pesky little 2-2 my opponent has to deal with the entire game, and I guess they couldn't deal with it. I don't know, it was a weird game, but I think I played that one pretty well. Eluge does in some way defend itself, especially with a lot of islands. That's why it seems okay to play that one as a thing that to cast at sorcery speed. That costs 4, because that's ordinarily quite difficult, right? When you need a wall of counterspells. Just feels weird. But yeah, it works. I would say it works. If you can find better white cards than I did, or maybe even run slightly more white cards than I did, I would argue this might just be as good as Brawl because of the added benefit that the white cards bring. I didn't necessarily feel that way completely, though. But if that's what someone can think of, like Farewell and all the other board wipes in general are just fine. If you lose your commander, you can then just start casting sweepers. Again, your commander's not that necessary. It does have a pretty solid discount on larger spells, but it really wasn't necessary. When your form of major card draw is in the form of spells, it gets a little awkward, right? Where you have like 2 of these in hand, you're sitting at 7 cards, and some of them are these. You don't want to draw too many cards, and you don't want to run out of cards, but you have to commit mana to cast these to get cards. So these get a little awkward, I think. This happened, I think, in Standard mostly. Before all the 3 mana, draw 2 cards to turn things just completely swarmed Standard Brawl, and then that's the only thing that mattered. Like casting Quick Study to find other card draw spells, to find gas and stuff is awkward, as opposed to Phyrexian Arena, where you just draw steadily the entire game, right? Teferi in the command zone gives you card draw baked inside the command zone. There is a colossal, that is probably above everything, the most significant difference. Teferi draws cards in the command zone, this does not. That is massive. But with that decrease in power, I guess the offset is discounting your card draw spells that you have to run is pretty solid. So that's all I've got. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.